Farewell, Kenny. See ya, Ackerman cowboy. So what's up guys, Foxen here. Oh, but what is this at the end? The Beast Titan and Armor Titan have returned. Looks like this hairy beast is ready for even more action. But hold up, you'll hear about this in a bit. At the start of this juicy episode, you see Kenny all burnt up and bleeding out. Thanks for that, Levi. Fortunately, this leads you into finding out the truth behind Kenny. What was motivating this Ackerman beast? In the past, younger Kenny seemed to only care about being the top dog. He even mentioned about not caring about his Ackerman family's persecution. From this, it's clear that Kenny found out about the Ray's family location from roughing up some interior military police guy. However, was Kenny at this point only trying to kill Udi and Rod as simply his way of passing time? Or Kenny perhaps was even lying to himself? Either way, unfortunately Kenny Ackerman had never faced a real Titan before. At this point, I'm pretty sure that Kenny had never even seen a mindless Titan in person either. No surprise that Kenny would be squashed like a bug, up against not only this Titan shifter, but Udi's founding Titan. Also props to Udi for using that partial Titan transformation. As for Udi Reyes himself, technically you got a glimpse of him in the last episode, but this is the first time you're seeing him and hearing him in the anime. While reading the manga, I was really reminded of Armin when seeing Udi. Now seeing Udi's anime counterpart, that's not really the case at all. For starters, Udi is definitely not a blonde, but more importantly, his voice doesn't seem to fit his appearance. At least it's not what I imagined. I originally thought it would be something softer, which would actually be more similar to Armin. Looks like they didn't want to go that direction. By the way, you do hear an interesting line here from Rod. Rod tells Udi to make him talk using his founding Titan powers. The almighty founding Titan does have the power to manipulate memories, but could this possibly extend further? In the case of Kenny, doesn't really matter. He's from one of the minority groups. Kenny here starts to freak the hell out when he's realized his fate. Pretty interesting to see what type of garbage he just spills out. Kenny here wasn't exactly begging for his life either, so even Kenny at his most desperate, he's just gonna flip to Kenny the Ripper to 200%. Meanwhile, during this, you hear older Kenny's own thoughts. So once overwhelmed, he truly realized just how weak he really was. At this point in time, Kenny should have already triggered that Ackerman moment. So unsurprisingly, Kenny was really the top dog when it came against fighting any humans inside of the walls. I'm sure you've heard the familiar tale. You got this top genius guy that's good at everything. Suddenly they lose for the first time in their life, then suddenly they snap as they don't know how to cope with the new situation. That completely happened to Kenny right here. As for Udi letting Kenny off the hook, pretty interesting stuff here. This really could be its own video regarding the founding Titan plus First King's will. Right here you have Udi asking Kenny for forgiveness while freaking bowing to him. Notice how Kenny could have easily headshot his ass. But still, you have Udi who possesses the founding Titan, and he let Kenny decide his fate. Just imagine how different the Attack on Titan story would have been had Kenny pulled the trigger. Perhaps even more interesting is that line or thought from the king, about him being a fool who couldn't build this paradise. Does this mean the original king has regrets? Was his true goal of this utopia within the walls? Some things here don't exactly add up. Now I'm considering even more doing a video on the founding Titan. Let me know if you'd be interested. Anyway, right here the plea from Udi was somehow able to stop this Ackerman and Ray's family circle of hate. Kenny even chose to freaking follow him. Perhaps this is the answer to stopping all violence. By the way, I just love this shot of Kenny not giving a damn within the council. These guys are super uncomfortable. They're like, who let this fella into the group? Next up, all of a sudden, Kenny's final moments turn into Levi's origin story. Even now, I recall reading this from the manga. It turns out just about everyone in this cruel world has this tragic background. Unsurprisingly, it's no exception for Levi Ackerman. Levi's mama used to be this prostitute in the underground city. Turns out that Levi is a product from that. It seemed like they were pretty broke too. The cherry on top of this crap sundae was that Levi's mother passed away from this sickness. Meanwhile, Kid Levi was left without a damn thing. All of a sudden, Uncle Kenny comes passing by. Young Kenny right here looks so famished, he must be skin and bone. I know some of you said he looks like Elf from Death Note. I could see that a little bit. Something that really got to me here was Kenny's realization when Levi told him his name. In this moment, Kenny figured out that his sister wouldn't be using their Ackerman family name. It would have been way too much of a burden and risk. Kenny then continues this by not informing Levi about his Ackerman name either. From this, you slowly get to see that Kenny wasn't a total monster. He couldn't just leave Levi there. Or I guess technically he could have. But the key bit right here is that he didn't. Of course, Kenny didn't see himself as father material. So, was Kenny's only objective just to toughen up Levi before letting him free in the underground? I'm pretty sure that's what he decided early on. As for Kenny teaching Levi, Levi got taught practically everything he knew just to make himself just like him, like a Kenny Jr. version 2.0. Oh, and I just noticed something about this shot. In the background, you see Levi with this kid-sized cup of the good stuff. Meanwhile, Uncle Kenny here is having fun with this bald dude. It turns out this guy is the one that Kenny just kicked the crap out of. Oh Kenny, you're so funny. Eventually, Kenny did keep his promise. See ya, Kid Levi. Good luck to you. You're already the top of this dump, also known as the underground. The question is, was this Levi right here before or after his own Ackerman trigger moment? If it was before, holy damn Levi. Already kicking major adult asses left and right just as this little kid. Keep in mind, this was Levi who was just skin and bones not too long ago. Next up, what seems to be Uri Reyes' own final days. At this moment, Uri was looking super aged up and quite fragile. Better not mess with any of that Titan stuff. Here is where Uri revealed the secrets of the Titan memory inheritance to Kenny. Even stranger is Uri mentioning this future to come, that their world would crumble, and also about his failure to build this paradise. For this, there's a whole lot of possible interpretations. One obvious one is their world starting to crumble due to the warriors attacking. Thank you, Colossal Titan. Eventually, you have Frieda taking on the founding Titan powers from Uri. So, it seems that Frieda assumed the same position that Uri had left behind. Kenny even mentions here being able to see Uri in Frieda's eyes. There's one weird thing to notice here. If what Kenny said was true, why did Kenny not try to interact with Frieda? Either way, it's never been shown if he did or did not. I'd imagine, if Kenny truly thought that his best buddy Uri was in there somewhere, then Kenny would at least try to reach out. Instead, Kenny was drastically affected in a different light from this Titan inheritance. It became clear that Kenny was extremely lost, looking for that special something. Was this what led up to Kenny seeking that power? Ironically, instead of getting closer to Frieda, he became closer with the brother Rod to try to achieve his goal. Anyway, as for the formation of the Kenny squad, I freaking love how blunt Kenny is here. Oh hi there, I'm Kenny Ackerman. Yeah, I killed thousands of you that I got so bored, so now I'm leader. Let's go ahead and have fun together. Of course, this whole Kenny focus episode led into his true motivations. Perhaps Kenny always thought of himself as garbage. At the same time, he despised this cruel world and thought violence could help him achieve anything. Then suddenly, reality hit him like a 120-meter turkey titan. I've seen some of you comment about how all Kenny wanted was the founding Titan power to make himself a god. Technically, that is true, at least partially. Although it wasn't that simple. Kenny was really always that lost dog that was searching for something. He thought that special something could be achieved via this founding Titan power. That power would ultimately help Kenny realize the truth to his life's desire. Next up, about that Ackerman mid-info card. Hey, they're tying all the Ackerman together. Kenny and Levi are obviously related, but Mikasa also fits in there somewhere too. Is this gonna stop Levi and Mikasa shippers? Not a chance, I bet. By the way, something about Levi. Near the start of the episode, you see Levi searching around the area, sporting this gun. I don't know, but this seems way too out of place for Levi. Hand this guy some pair of blades. Anyway, as for Kenny's final moments here. Ironically, now that Kenny was at death's door, Kenny had at least found out that special something he had been searching for. Quietly, Kenny had been carefully watching every person he ever came across in his life. Every one of them was a slave to something. Even the almighty founding Titan was not immune to this. Ultimately, this is why Kenny did not inject himself with that Titan syringe. So sorry, Levi. Seems you weren't able to get too much useful information before Kenny logged off. Levi, however, did gain +1 Titan injection. Better go give that to Hanji as soon as possible. Let's make enough of this Titan juice for a whole Titan army, just in case. And then, goddammit, you killed Kenny. It sure as hell was not a long time, but really sad to see this mass murderer go. And I never thought I'd be saying that. Next up, this episode, you see Queen Historia being crowned. I gotta say, I really loved how Historia looked here. So colorful. I always didn't feel the impact from the same manga panel shot. Here, Anime Historia gives us this commanding presence. Oh Historia, you're making Erwin proud. Then you have Historia's fun moment. Oh Mikasa, you're so funny, taking advantage of that queen title. It's not at all like you're sending a bunny into a lion's den. On top of this, even Mr. Horse was egging her on. Here, you saw the almighty Levi. Did you notice the light shining on this gift from the Titan gods? Right here, I really like how Historia even realized what she was doing and got scared as hell. From everyone's reactions, I loved how Mikasa was smiling. Does Mikasa smile much at all? Talking about smiling? Oh yes, smiling Levi fully animated now. Somewhere in the distance, a Titan just lost. But let's be honest, Levi must be smiling at that weak-ass punch. It'd be like Hawkeye punching Captain America's shield. Next up, oh yes, the Titan shifters are back. The Beast Titan versus Reiner's Armored Titan. However, the Armored Titan is already smacked out. Look at his face! He just took a prison beatdown. The Beast Titan easily smashed this guy's face in armor plating. I'm actually getting chills just thinking back to the manga version of this. The manga shot of this had a caption that says something around the lines of, "The strongest Titan?" ? Oh yes, and the Beast Titan user's abs. Still nothing from Levi, but look at the mysterious man from the end of Season 2. I've still seen a lot of you guys commenting claiming this is Grisha. From Season 3, you now know Papa Yeager's fate. But more importantly, the Uprising Arc is officially over. Beast Titan Arc, here we come. By the way, they only did cover one chapter this episode. Right now, there's 20 or so chapters left for the upcoming arc. Let's see how they change things up, if at all. By the way, really quickly, I recently did a huge Patreon update. Please go ahead and check it out and become a supporter if you can. The lowest tier is only $1, and that includes Discord access. Really trying hard to bring on my buddy John to help out with the channel, so please take a look. But anyway, more important, let me hear your thoughts on this episode. Question of the day. What did you think of Kenny Ackerman overall now that he's gone? Did anyone else feel sad, or has anyone else ever felt the same way? Oh, and how about that Levi smile? It should be similar to when Kaiba smiles, only for Titans. And how hyped are you for the Beast Titan Arc? Anime of the year, here we come. Anyway, definitely give this a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I put out 5+ anime videos here every week. The latest anime changes videos for last week's episode is out. New one in a few days. Also out is my in-depth video on the Raw Turkey Titan. Definitely don't miss those, hit that bell notification, and I'll see you guys later.